Hello, learn to crochet this fluffy granny square with me. I remember hating these squares as a child as my grandma's sister's house was full of them. Of course, we were made of cotton or linen at the time, but she even had curtains made of them. And now I'm making them myself and loving it. So it's funny how life is. I will be using 5mm crochet hook and mohair yarn, so enough blabbering, let's start making it. First, you make a slip knot and chain 5. Slip stitch into the first chain to form a circle. Then chain 4 and it stands as your first treble crochet. Then yarn over 2 times and make another treble crochet in the circle that we just made. Chain 2. Put another 2 treble crochets in the same circle. Chain 2. And just repeat this sequence until you have 8 pairs of trebles. Okay, you can always slow down the video in the YouTube settings. Okay, now we have 8 pairs. Of course, count, because if you make a mistake here, it will be very hard to fix it, especially if you are working with mohair yarn, as it so easily felts to itself. Okay, and now with the last chain 2, just connect to the 4th chain of the chain 4 we made in the beginning, as I do in the video. Ta-da! First round done. So for this round we will be making petals and we will work them only in chain 2 spaces from the round before. The first petal will be a little bit different. For it, you make a single crochet in the first chain 2 space, chain 3, and make 4 treble crochets in the same space, as we are forming our first petal now. Okay, 1 treble, and the second treble. Only for the first square, only for the first petal, we will make 4 treble crochets, and you will see why in the end of the row. So please don't mix it up. Okay, so we just made 4 trebles. Now we chain 2, and to close our first petal we make single crochet in the same chain 2 space. Okay, for the second petal we single crochet in the next chain 2 space, we chain 3 as before, but this time, and for all the other petals, we make 5 trebles. So all the other petals are formed with 5 trebles. Only the first one is formed with 4 trebles. We made our 5 trebles, and now we chain 2 and we close our petal with single crochet in the same chain 2 space, and we just repeat that for the other petals. And in the end of the round, make a slip stitch to the side of the first petal. Now chain 5. So this is why we made only 4 trebles, because we do this like pooped. And now in the middle of the first petal, just connect this chain 5 with a slip stitch, just like I'm doing in the video. By the way, I connected it to the second treble. Okay, now chain 6 and it stands as first double crochet plus chain 3, and make another double crochet in the same space. This is how we form a V-stitch. Now chain 7. And in the middle of the next petal, make a double crochet. Here I'm putting it into the third treble from the beginning of the petal. Then chain 3 and make another double crochet. So again, this is how we form a V-stitch. And that's pretty much the pattern for this round. You make a V-stitch in the middle of the petal, and when you chain 7. It's quite an easy round, this one, so hopefully that's pretty clear. I'll show it one more time again in the third treble from the row before. I make a double crochet, chain 3, and make one more double crochet in the same stitch, forming a V-stitch this way, and chain 7, and just repeat this. In the end, after the last chain 7, connect it with a slip stitch to the third chain of the chain 6 we made in the beginning. Third chain from the chain 6 we made in the beginning. And this is the part where I like to change my yarn. I'm doing it by just finishing my slip stitch with a new yarn, but you don't have to do that. Now a chain 4 counts as first treble. Make 2 more trebles in the chain 3 space from the round before. This is how we slowly start to form our corners. So after finishing the third treble, chain 1 and make 3 more trebles in the same space. So this is what we will be doing for our 4 corners, just making 3 trebles, chain 1, 3 trebles. Okay, so first corner done, we will need to make 3 more. We will need to make 3 more, but first chain 7 and connect it with a single crochet to the first chain 7 from the row before. Right here. Okay, so now we will be doing a lot of these connections. Chain 7 again. And again connect it with a single crochet to the chain 3 from the V-stitch we made in the row before this, like so. So we are forming these little lines. So we could imagine that we are forming these little lines around the flower. Okay, then chain 7 again. This round and another one includes a lot of chaining, so it works up pretty fast. Okay, and again we will connect it with a single crochet to the other chain 7 from the round before. Then chain 7 one more time, and that's pretty much the pattern. You make 4 of these chains until you reach another corner, and in the corner you make as we did in the beginning. 3 trebles, chain 1, 3 trebles in the same chain 3 space from the row we did in the beginning. So let's do it again. one treble, and second treble, a third treble, all in the same chain free space from the V-stitch before, chain 1, and then I put 3 more trebles, forming our second corner, and also this little leaf design that we have in the corners for this granny square. So I just put third treble, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the sequence for this round. It's just a lot of chaining, connecting them with single crochets, and then just doing trebles. Like, I think this round is the least confusing round of them all. So yeah, after making my corner, again I chain 7, I connect it with a single crochet, chain 7 again, and connect it to the chain 3 space from the row before, chain 7 again, connect it to the chain 7 space from the row before, chain 7 one more time, and then I will make my corner again. And that's all. That's the pattern for this row. Okay, in the end, after chaining the last chain 7, we will connect it to the top of the chain 4 we made in the beginning. Just like I saw. Ta-da! Okay, now we chain 3 counts as our first treble cluster part. Okay, this round will be a little bit more confusing, but just stay with me. Into the next treble from the round before, we make half finished treble only with 2 yarn overs, and in the other treble from before we also make a treble with only 2 yarn overs. So we have these loops on our hook because we haven't finished them, and we yarn over and finish them all at once. This is how we form our cluster. Okay, I will show it again. So okay, we chain 3, we yarn over 2 times as we would do for the treble, we put our hook into the second treble, we yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, we yarn over 2 times, and in the next treble from the row before we do that again. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. We have 3 loops on our hook now, and we yarn over and pull through all of them. We skip chain 1 from the round before, and in the other treble we do exactly the same. We yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. In the next one we do that. Basically we just do 3 half finished, more than half finished, I don't know. Mathematically we are more than half finished trebles. Now we have 4 loops on our hook because for the first one we just made first one with a chain. Don't worry, I will show it one more time. Now just chain 7. And connect it with a single crochet to the first chain 7 from the round before. This will be pretty similar to the round before, but also a little bit different, so keep watching. we chain 7 again, and we connect it to the other chain 7 space from the round before, right here. And now we will only chain 5. Under these stitches basically we chain 5 for this sequence. Connect it with the single crochet as usual, like so, and then we chain 7 again. Okay, I'm struggling to chain 7, but please don't mind that. Okay, we will connect our chain 7 one more time to the chain 7 from the round before, and we will chain 7 again. And after that we will make another 2 treble clusters just as we did before. Yarn over 2 times in the first treble. We start making our cluster, and just as before, you make these trebles with 2 yarn overs instead of free. Then we pull through all the loops, we skip the chain 1, and we do one more of these little clusters. Hopefully it's easy to understand, and when you also just observing what I'm doing in the video. So now I'm just finishing making my last half treble, yarn over, pull through all the loops of the hook. Now I have another corner ready. And now we chain 7, then chain 5, chain 7, corner. Hopefully my explanation was enough for you to understand. And again, you can always slow down the video, but it's mostly just chaining and making trebles. To finish this round, connect the last chain 7 to the middle of the first cluster. And the middle is in the middle of the 2 clusters. Hopefully that's self-explanatory, but it's right here. Connect it with the slip stitch, and then we chain 4, and it counts as our first treble. We will make clusters again, so yarn over 2 times and make a half finished treble as we did before. Yarn over, pull through both, chain 3, yarn over twice, put your hook in the same space in the middle of the 2 clusters, and make 2 half finished trebles, yarn over, pull through all the loops. And now in the next 2 chain 7 spaces from the round before, make 6 double crochets in each. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 4 double crochets, and 5 double crochets. So in this one we also make 6 double crochets. And this is what we will do for the rest of the round after we make our 2 little clusters. So it looks like that. And in the chain 5 space from before, we will make a V-stitch by making a double crochet, chain 3, and another double crochet in the same chain 5 space. And in the other 2 chain 7 spaces leading to our next corner, we again do 6 double crochets in each. And that's the sequence for the side of our squares. So it's basically 6 double crochets, 6 double crochets, V-stitch, 6 double crochets, 6 double crochets in the chain spaces from before. Once you remember the sequence, it's quite hard to make mistakes, which is very good for mohair because you can't always unravel or frog your yarn when you make mistake with mohair. I just made 6 double crochets and it looks like this. Okay, now we will make a cluster from 2 treble crochet together, just as we did before. In the middle of between 2 clusters from the row before, we make 1/2 double treble crochet, another half finished treble crochet, yarn over, pull through all the loops, chain 3, yarn over twice in the same space, make another half finished treble and 1 more, and we yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops we have on the hook, and that's our little corner. Now you just repeat the sequence for the rest of the square, and in the 6 double crochet, 6 double crochet, V-stitch, 6 double, 6 double, cluster. And after finishing your last 6 double crochets, we will connect to the top of the chain 4 we did in the beginning. We will chain 1 and cut off our yarn and pull through. And that's all, you have your square now. Ta-da! I think it's pretty good. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing and bye!